Good morning and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Now I hope you're going to enjoy the video, but just before we start, make sure that you drop a like, and if you're new around here, subscribe for new content. Now today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing what I eat in a day as a youth academy footballer. And the reason I'm doing this is because you guys asked for it in the comment section, so I'm just going to take you through everything I eat. We're going to start off pretty simple. It's not something I really eat, it's just I'll let you know anyway, because I might as well. I take a hay fever tablet first thing in the morning just so that I don't get bad hay fever during the day. Okay, so starting off, it's not the most nutritious meal, but it's what I need to start my day. You need glucose in your glycogen stores in order to have energy, and that sugar will push you through the day and give you the energy to perform activities such as high intensity training like football. So what I like to have in the morning is a high carb breakfast, because that's what gives you that glycogen and that sugar. Now usually people tend to have low calorie breakfasts because they can't eat much during the morning, but for some reason for me, I need to have a big breakfast. If I don't have a big breakfast, I don't feel right throughout the day. I don't perform very well in anything, and yeah, it just makes me feel hungry. So that's why my breakfast is so big. I use scales to weigh out every single thing just to make sure that I have the right amount of calories in it. So firstly, I just have 5 Weetabix. Now these aren't very calorie dense and they're just a good source of carbs, so I put them in. Next I add 100 grams of muesli, just because it tastes nice, it's high carbs once again. Finally, I'll add 300 grams of milk because those two on their own would be pretty horrible. I add a ski low-fat strawberry yogurt because it adds a bit of flavour. There's a small bit of protein in there as well, and a protein bar, just because this is the source of protein that I get with my breakfast, just because it's not very good to have no protein whatsoever. And then finally just a pint of water, because I drink lots of water in the morning just to kickstart my day. Alright, so we've eaten and got ready, and now I'm going to head off to the park for the first training session. We're going early today because it's so hot during the day that we can't go during the middle because it's too hot. It's like you can't train with a high intensity, so I have to go right at the start of the day and right at the end of the day. Okay, so we're down at the park and I now have these fantastic facilities down here with like this AstroTurf floor, which is brilliant. I'm wearing trainers on it because that's the kind of stuff that you'd wear on it, but I've got cage, which means balls aren't going to go everywhere, and I've got walls that I can use everywhere, which is brilliant for, especially now that I'm focusing more on passing and receiving stuff, which is what I'm doing today. It's going to be such a better training session.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero?
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own. Baby, you can count on me now. When you're falling down, 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 I will find the light in your soul, I'll be there. Leaving you alone is the hardest, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own.
Session done, and what a great session it was. Now, I was supposed to do an hour and a half. I ended up doing 2 hours and 15 minutes just because the use of this court or cage is so good. I cannot stress enough how important this is going to be in my development in the next few years, because especially during winter this is going to be crucial. But it also allowed me to stay in the shade rather than standing out there. Just look at that sun, the reflection you get tells you how hot it is, and I was just able to keep going rather than dying in the heat out there. And it's just so enjoyable, just pass off the wall, receive it, turn and pass and continue. It's so fun. So yeah, it's quite good. On days like this, it's so important to drink lots of water. So I will stay and get up and get a drink like every 45 minutes or so during the day, and drink like a whole pint of water just to keep my body water at the right level, because I'll be losing so much through sweat. Okay, so all I'm going to do now for the next hour before lunch is just sit down and edit yesterday's video. I'm going to get that up, the one with all the drone shots and the stadium tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it will look sick, but I'm not too sure yet, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. I'm just going to sit with the fan on full blast because it's that hot. It's like 30 degrees Celsius, so if you're American it'll be slightly different. So that's actually hot in the UK, so yeah, it's just ridiculous heat. Okay, so it's 12 o'clock, quite early for lunch, but I'm going down now because I'm starving, and I usually have my lunch a little earlier just because I've had a morning training session. Usually I'll do gym in the morning as well. I'm actually doing that in the afternoon today because it's so hot. I just didn't have the energy, or I needed to cool down for a bit before going into a gym session. So usually I don't have much energy and I need to refuel. So I'm gonna go do lunch now. So for my lunch, obviously you've seen I've got sandwich. It's using toasted multi-seed sliced bread, which is basically just a higher protein bread. And then I've got ham in it, which is high protein, which is brilliant. As you can see, I've got a range of fruits there: apple, pear, banana. Getting lots of vitamins in, some sugars for energy as well. Rice cakes as well, because I think they complement the apple quite nice. I eat them together. Some more carbs, and an Actimel culture shot, because these are really good actually. They're full of vitamins and stuff, and they just help keep your immune system running. I've also boiled some eggs, I'm waiting for them to cool down, and I'll peel them and eat them as well. And that's for high protein, obviously. So a very balanced meal now. So here we have the egg. Now just gonna eat these. I quite enjoy them and they're full of protein, so happy days. So I have a feeling this will be the worst part of my day. I've got to do a workout and it's so hot. Even inside it's absolutely boiling. I'm going to turn my fan on. I've got a massive industrial fan, so that should cool me down a little bit. It's all core today. My shoulder, I believe, is fully fine, but obviously you've just got to be extra careful. So I'm going to leave it until the start of next week before I start doing upper body again. But we'll get into this core workout. I'm gonna die, but then we'll get a snack afterwards and I'll show you how I refuel. Have a look at this absolute unit of a fan. So hopefully that will keep me as cool as possible whilst I'm doing this. Check this out. Alright, so I've done a workout and I've just had a cold shower because it's too hot to not have a cold shower. I'm about to get a little snack for now, so I'll just show you what I'm having. This is the typical snack I have literally every day. If you've watched the vlogs and the day in the lives and stuff like that, you know exactly what I mean. I have this pretty much every single day, and they probably get a bit bored of seeing it if you've been watching for a while, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm eating, so I have to show you it. Damn! Okay, so here I have my muesli and my protein shake. Now the muesli is full of carbs. There's 100 grams here. So I'm going to get my glycogen stores back up from the workout, and obviously this morning they were still probably lacking from that. And then the protein shake, simply just protein powder and water, and then you make sure you mix it, otherwise you'll get clumps. But that's obviously just protein, about 30 grams in there, so that's perfect. And yeah, very nice. Okay, so that's the second football session of the day complete. We spent around an hour and 5 minutes there. So we've done our 3 hours for the day and a little extra as well, just 5 minutes. That didn't quite go how I wanted it to. I was supposed to do some technique training and then do some shooting in the goal, but people were using it. I had to adapt and use the cage, which was still alright. You can still get some stuff in. Just maybe you're not improving just as much because it's not as much realistic. But in terms of technique, you're probably improving more because it doesn't bounce there, so you're being able to strike the ball correctly without worrying about bobbles. So all in all, decent session, very good day again. At the moment, we're just grinding out day after day until we hit that pre-season, and when we do, I'm gonna be so ready. Anyways, when I get home, I'll show you what I'm gonna have for dinner, and we're gonna watch the Man City-Chelsea game as well. I'm actually having dinner with my family tonight, and it's not quite time for us to have dinner, and I'm feeling quite peckish, so I just decided to have a really light snack. It's really easy to make snacks healthy and enjoyable at the same time. All I've done is just chop up a few strawberries, and honestly, strawberries are the pengest things ever. Like, they're so good and they're healthy, and they literally, like 100 grams of strawberries is like 30 calories. Like, that's absolutely nothing, so it's amazing.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes
And then at that point, I went and cried myself to sleep after Liverpool won the league. And I don't want to be seen with a Liverpool fan or meet a Liverpool fan for at least 2 to 3 weeks, because it will be hell. So yeah, I went to bed and I was not in the mood to film anything. I was absolutely fuming. But what can you do? There's nothing I can do to change it. So I'm just gonna have to sit here in self-pity that I'm a United fan, which is fun. But obviously, as you saw, I didn't have kebabs, no. So obviously, as you saw, I had fajitas for dinner. Now I just chucked in chicken, pepper, sweet corn, some vegetables, and put that in my wrap. So that's getting good protein, I'm getting good nutrients and vitamins through the vegetables, and then also my carbs in the wrap as well. It's easy to make healthy, balanced meals that are tasty as well, because fajitas are very, very nice, but they're good for you as well, because there's low fat, good protein, good carbs, good nutrients in the vegetables. It's everything you need in a diet. Yeah, that was very enjoyable. And then obviously after that, I went to bed. So obviously I know this video's been a bit longer. Let me know what you thought about the length of the video, whether you want the shorter ones or this length is alright. As always, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. Click the like button if you enjoyed the video, or just click it anyway because, you know, be a legend. Comment down below anything, literally anything, I'll reply to it. And as always, keep training.